yeah, hard work does pay off, and it will get you those same things as
Hmm.
well. But one thing Neville talks about is that it shouldn't be a struggle, um, and you shouldn't have to force it.
Right.
So you shouldn't have to sit here and work 5 jobs to attain whatever it is you're trying to attain. You should be able to work the one, maybe a side gig or two, whatever the case may be, because what the world is to get it done. You shouldn't have to work yourself to death. It shouldn't be a struggle.
Right.
So,
Act as if nothing is impossible. Let that idea sink into the very core of your being. What would change within you if you truly believed that no limitation could bind you, no barrier could hold you back, no circumstance had the power to deny your desire? The world you experience is but the reflection of your inner assumptions, and to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled is to clothe yourself in the reality of the thing desired, before the world shows even a trace of it. Imagination is not idle. It is the divine creative power within you, the one true source of all manifestations. When you act as if nothing is impossible, you give permission to your imagination to shape your outer world according to your inner convictions. You are not waiting for evidence. You are providing the evidence through your consciousness. The outer world bends to the inner vision. It always has. It always will. Do not wait for proof. That which waits for proof denies the power that brings all things to pass. You must dare to live in the end. Assume that what you desire is already yours. Walk through the world not in hope but in certainty, not in longing but in fulfillment. When you speak, speak from the place where your wish has already come true. When you move, move as one who already possesses what others still seek. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. The world will respond to you not as you are, but as you assume yourself to be. It does not matter what you presently see or hear. The facts do not matter. The only thing that matters is your inner state. The question is not, is it possible, but am I assuming it now? All things are possible to the one who lives in the consciousness of already having. There is no effort in this. It is not a strain. It is a silent, inner knowing that what you have accepted as true will externalize. When you act as if nothing is impossible, you are not pretending. You are choosing. You are stepping into the version of yourself that already exists within the limitless field of possibility. Every version of you already exists. The version that is loved, healthy, wealthy, successful, it is not a fantasy. It is real, waiting to be claimed by your assumption. The door opens when you enter the state. You must feel it. You must feel it real. Not tomorrow. Not when the world gives you a sign. Now. You are not waiting on the world is waiting on you.
all right. You are listening or watching the Carver Ave Chronicles podcast with Tone and Trae. Ooh, it's been a minute. It's been a hot
Oh,
minute,
man.
sis.
Yes, it has.
Yes, for sure. For me, of course, I've been busy promoting the
Yeah.
film and getting it
Hmm.
ready and all of that. So, had our film premiere recently to a great success.
It was good.
Um,
Great.
yeah, we appreciate that. Appreciate that. As a creative, you always just want to put your best foot forward, and you hope that it resonates with the audience. And um, it was good to see the reaction of the people.
Yeah.
Some of the lines I wrote in there, to see them actually laughing at some of the lines I wrote, and things like that. And people actually like getting involved with the story, like, no, don't mess with
Yeah.
him, and whatever, because of his, the character Travis's past, whatever. So, it was really cool. It was really cool, really cool.
Yeah.
Got some more premieres coming up. We want to try to get out here in the DMV area, Tidewater, and North Carolina. So hopefully that works out. They're actually asking for it again in Lynchburg, surprisingly. So we'll try to get it in Lynchburg
Okay.
again as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Been plugging away at the film. Um, and still got more work to do. I mean, that wasn't the finished product, for real. But it's close to the finished product as possible. a couple of little tight edits here and there,
Yeah.
and we're ready to go streaming. So, what's going on with you?
I'm excited.
Yeah, you and
The
everybody
normal.
else.
Right now, just been chilling, taking care of my family right now.
Okay, the
Working on a
usual.
few things as well. I mean, I don't want to disclose what I'm working on top of taking care of my family, but I'm working on something that I'm pushing out for the end of the year. I'm excited about that.
Okay,
Yeah, dealing
okay.
with my
So this is
children. Yeah, I'm adding some more stuff to my children
pre
coming up. Mm-hmm.
pre 2026 stuff, huh?
20. It's gonna be done in 2025 and released in 2025.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good stuff. Nothing wrong with that
yeah,
at all. Definitely, we're at that time of the year's fourth quarter, and
mm-hmm.
it's time to get some things done.
Right.
Leading to the new year, obviously. So, yeah, same time, with the film, it's going to jumpstart a few things for me as well. So, really looking forward to what 2026 is going to bring, one way or the
Right.
other. But I do know, like, this first film is just a stepping stone to what's to come.
Oh yeah.
Because for me, I've been wanting to just kind of go this route, and not exactly be Tyler Perry, just what everybody talks about.
Yeah.
But technology has made it easy to go that route where you can just kind of create your own thing and put it out
Right.
there. So, so you're looking forward to that, and getting back to this podcast and
I
other
know, right?
ventures as well, because it's been kind of crazy. We haven't been able to do anything now for a minute, so we got to tighten up. We got to get some more
Yeah. Oh
episodes
yeah.
in,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and all of that, because for sure, if not, we're gonna lose the little audience we have. So anybody that's tuned in and watching and listening, we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
get back to it. Life is life, and as always, and transitions are happening, and big moves
Right.
are happening apparently. So on both
Oh
ends.
yeah.
So we're grateful for that, and looking to see what happens here. Um, in the next coming year. So, to get into, we're still on the Neville Goddard,
Mm-hmm.
um, talking about his teachings and things like that. And I think I sent you this video. I'm not sure you had a chance to watch it or anything. I know there's
And
been a lot going on, but this one's going to be about, active is the universe, says nothing is impossible.
right.
So in this case, universe, God, whoever you reference in life, whatever, Jesus Christ, whatever it is, just know that, you want to carry yourself as acting like nothing is impossible.
Right.
Which, I mean, obviously with biblical teachings in the church, they talk about, Jesus raising the dead and feeding so many people with the fish and the loaves of bread and all that stuff. And the different stories like that let you know that
Mm-hmm.
while things look impossible,
Right.
God or, Jesus, makes it so it's not. Moses parting the Red Sea where, you could cross through and not drown and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
we hear things like that, in biblical terms. And I'm sure in other religions they have similar biblical type stories where they talk about, miracles happening and blessings and things like that. But in this case, Neville talks about the universe basically. And again, it could be God or whatever the case may be. So you're putting that energy out there as it's already done, right?
Right.
So basically, the universe is kind of like confirming that for you, letting you know that nothing's impossible, but it is up to
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
to first start by saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And acting like that's happening. So if you want a house with a pool, then you are actively living like, okay, I'm going to get a house with a pool.
Right.
What does that look like? That looks like, okay, you have to have more money for that. When you're searching for homes, you're actually looking at homes with pools,
Right. Right.
or you're looking at how I can maybe add a pool to a property that may not have a pool there. So it's basically just living like, okay, this is what I'm going to have, and working towards that. That way,
Right.
what he says that your wish is fulfilled. That's what he talks about. So, and that's just kind of anything, whether it's your career, relationships, whatever it is you want out of life, you just have to already assume it's done and live as such so the universe will produce that for you, so to speak. Not saying that it's all of a sudden just going to magically appear, but you're working towards it. And because
Right.
you keep speaking it and living it, eventually it's going to happen.
Right.
So it has to happen.
Right.
And that's just pretty much anything in life. I know for me, I've just said things in passing and then all of a sudden it happened. Not that I was sitting here working hard or struggling or trying to will it to happen. It just, as I go about life and working towards certain things, doors just happen to open. So I can
Right.
definitely speak to that, the universe will provide and make it seem like, okay, you know what, nothing is impossible. And
Right.
obviously, one thing you hear about is, oh, hard work pays off and things like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hard work does pay off and it will get you those same things as
Mm-hmm.
well. But one thing Neville talks about it that it shouldn't be a struggle. And you shouldn't have to force it.
Right.
So you shouldn't have to sit here and work 5 jobs to attain the whatever it is you're trying to attain. You should be able to work the one, maybe a side gig or two, whatever the case may be, because of how the world is to get it done. You shouldn't have to work yourself to death. It shouldn't be a struggle.
Right.
So anything like that, as far as your life goes, where you kind of felt like the universe was like letting you know that, hey, nothing's impossible.
Oh yeah, I mean we have a slogan where you have to see it before you see it. And that's something we've been living by for pretty much the last few years, actually. Pretty much like all of me and my husband's, obviously we've been living this way for a very long time. We actually stopped for a little bit because life be lifing. But now we're getting back to the point to where, like with the church, as I stated in previous episodes, how we always spoke that we was gonna get a new vehicle, I mean a new church. So it's like now we have a thing where, okay, we want a new vehicle, and it's pretty much everything that you're saying. Faith without works is dead. Yes, we believe that God is gonna give us the provision. He's gonna give us the strategies and everything that we need to do. The question is, are you going to start acting on it? Because you still have to be in the right place at the right time as well. You have to be available when that phone call comes, because you never know what avenue he's going to use. So it's all about, having tunnel vision, staying focused on what it is you got to do. Even when life starts lifing, like we got something going on right now. However, we still begin to remember what we got to do as far as making that thing happen, as far as, getting to those church doors, or like as I told you, I'm working on a project right now, so I took time off from from my emergency, and I began to work on what I want to see done at the end of December. So I begin to put those things into actions. Is more than just believing it. We got to do more than just believe in it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. No. I mean, yeah, obviously, it's definitely more than believing. And the biggest thing is just assuming it's already done,
Done, yeah,
right?
because it is already
So for
done.
me, like, I'm not looking at the bank account saying, okay, I'm waiting for 50,000, hundred
I'm already
thousand, two
walking
hundred
like I got
thousand, $1 million,
50,000.
whatever the
Right.
case may be, to be a successful filmmaker.
Hmm.
Because that's the direction I do want to head. I want to get to a point where all I'm doing is just creating film and series and different things to put out there to the world, telling stories, right?
Right.
So I've already assumed it that it's already done.
Yeah.
Like, this first film is just a stepping stone. I'm working on others now as we speak. So but you have to live that way, and obviously I'm
Oh
going to be
yeah.
pushing
Oh yeah.
forward, producing and
Oh
making
yeah.
sure things happen. But I'm not sitting here, like, oh man, this film only
Well,
made me
we,
$20,000, or it
yeah,
cost me
yeah.
20 grand. I only got 10 back. I'm not worried about any of
Okay.
that. You have to
Right.
invest, right? You have to
Right. Right.
invest, financially and obviously, sweat equity. So, but you got to assume it's already done. So, I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
is kind of where I'm at with some things, right now. Obviously you got to, pitch into the universe and make sure you're not forcing anything
Right.
or going down a path you may not need to be going down. Because
Right.
sometimes we may be forcing something that we need to let go.
Right. Right.
It could be a job, it could be anything. But just kind of, be aware of that and not just sit back and keep doing something because you feel like,
Right.
okay, well, maybe if I whatever. I mean, obviously, some things you gotta maybe give it a chance and just kind of give to see. But if if you sit back and say, okay, it's been 6 months and there's really, I'm going backward or whatever, then
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely
Now
that
it's time to see the
you
creator.
probably
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
um
It's time to channel in now when things ain't going the way it need to go. It's time to see what's really going on. Like you said, what do I need to add? What do I need to take away? Do I need to go ahead and just end this project? Because the timing, timing is everything. And then one thing I had to learn.
yeah.
Oh, I was just sharing with someone the other day. What we failed to do is we don't count the cost. So we have to learn how to count the cost and all this stuff. You know, but I'm very big on seeing it before you see it. And then I turn around and I work on being what my heart desires. Being what I want to become. I'm working on that now. And like say like you want to be a millionaire. Okay, well start acting like millionaires. If you got to go study on it, study on it. If you want to be a life coach, if you want to be a teacher, if you whatever it is your heart desire, whatever it is you're trying to do, start working towards that. You have to see before you see it. I see it. So okay, what do they do? How do they live? What time do they wake up? What time do they go to bed? You know what I'm saying? It's all about start putting that practice in where you are at, because you have to start where you are. Even though you don't have the millions, okay, well, what do they do to get the millions? You understand what I'm saying? Since that's everyone's thing right now, which I know we need more than that in this time. But yeah,
That's the biggest thing. I mean, it's just literally assuming it.
yeah,
Literally, like, okay, because millionaires, while they might have money,
right.
sure, they may go out here and splurge on a nice house, a nice car, and my certain things, but they're not constantly blowing money.
Right. They're
You know what I
more
mean?
so
So
of
just because they have all that
investing.
money, I mean they're
Right,
blowing it.
right.
Yes, they will buy the nice things so
Yes,
they have it,
yes.
but for the most part, some of them don't even do that. There
Mm,
are like famous actors and athletes, whatever the case may be, sitting on a 2012 Honda Civic because that car got them
right,
through everything, and they treasure
right,
that car,
right, right,
and they're
right.
sitting on millions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of living a certain way.
Right.
That way, when that money does eventually come for you, you're
Mm-hmm.
already there.
You're
You've
already
already
there.
assumed it. You know how to handle whatever the case
Right,
may be, and you're
right,
not letting it change you.
right.
So, but whatever that looks like. Now, I mean, if people want money and they want to spend or whatever, that's fine too. Nothing's wrong with that. But, as far as like you want to be a millionaire, the universe is not going to provide that if they feel like, okay, God or whatever the case may be here, if you're not ready for that, like,
Right.
okay, you can't even hold on to $500.
Right.
You
You gotta
know,
change your
now
mindset.
granted, obviously, if you want, if you're putting it towards bills and things like that,
Mm,
understood. But if
mm-hmm.
you can't really, keep anything saved in an account
Right.
because of just bad money habits or spending or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, how can you be trusted with millions?
Right.
So it's a lot of just living a certain
Right.
way, and just that energy is going to allow the universe to say, okay, this person is ready to win the
Right.
Powerball,
Right.
and I
It
end
goes
up
back to,
broke.
I don't mean to cut across you. It goes back to those who win the lottery and turn around and
Yeah,
blown in the whole entire month because your mindset didn't change. You're still the same person you were when you won that money. You never change your mindset. You never sat and thought about, okay, well, what can I do with this money? How much can I save? Do you have a nest egg? But anywho, to go back to, all things are possible. All things, it is possible. And that's one thing I'm beginning to learn. Whatever God has for me, it is for me. So now it's
right.
just our job to go ahead and just take the necessary steps that we need to take to get to the end that we our heart desire and what God has designed just for us.
Yep, that's
You
it.
know, even when
So,
even when it
and
looks
just
like you ain't, things ain't working in your favor, because stuff is going to happen. You still have to hold on and you have to still
yeah,
trust and believe.
and that's the thing. Like, so even I'll give you an example. So even going back to the film, right? Throughout this whole process, Stephanie was stressing out because we kept, people kept doing us dirty. You know what I mean? Actors not showing up and not nobody really supporting and whatever the case may be. We knew it was going to be hard because it was Lynchburg, Virginia, right?
Right?
But I told her, I said, this is a blessed project,
Yeah, you're gonna
regardless
have
of what
that.
happens,
Yeah,
right?
obstacles are
And
gonna be
so
tough.
for the result to be what it was, all those people showing up, actors,
That
like I
was
had
not
one guy that
innocent.
literally was in the scene for like 20 seconds. He was in the scene for like not even a minute, maybe. It wasn't long. He drove all the way down from Maryland just to kind of be a part of that whole ordeal because he was in the
Wow.
film.
Wow.
But he drove down from Maryland to be like a part of the premiere.
That's
So it
amazing.
speaks volumes that people
It does.
actually like, took the project seriously and was like really amazed at what we created and was like, wow, they really put out an actual like film.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't anything like, bootleg or anything crazy
No,
about
it
it.
was good.
But
It was good.
yeah, so I mean, but from the beginning, I told her this is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
blessed project.
you're
This
gonna
is a
have
blessed
all that
project. I don't care
stress
who drops
while
off.
you
I don't
preparing
care,
it. Yeah.
whatever. This is a blessed project. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like regardless of what the outcome is, like I'm not going into this to say, okay, I'm gonna throw it on YouTube or Tubi or wherever,
Right.
and hopefully it'll drum up six figures. If it does, great. If it don't, great. Like I'm not worried about it. It's out there now.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, once we start really getting things going, and we got 3 or 4 projects out here now, and they see the names, they're gonna go back and look at the first one.
They sure are.
So I'm not worried about it. My thing now is just keep pushing forward.
Right.
Time to get the next one started, and we got to move. We got to make these things happen. So, but that's just it. I mean, it's just regardless of what things look like, you just still assume that okay, hey, life's great, life's grand. Whatever the objective is, it's not going to stop nothing. I'm keep pushing forward. It's already done. I already know it's done. This is just a stepping stone to get to the top.
Right.
Or this is just a hurdle to get towards the goal. That's all it is. I mean, life ain't going to stop lifing now. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
But you got to persevere. You got to keep going.
Right. So yeah. I mean, but so that's pretty much it. I mean, basically, Neville always talks about just how easy things are. Like the water of a river flows one direction with no problem. When you sow something in the ground, and as long as you put water and sun to it, it's gonna grow.
It's gonna grow.
It's just assumed it's gonna happen. So like one of the things that he always says is you don't plant that seed, water it, and get sunlight get to it, and watch it. You assume it's gonna grow.
Right.
So you just you do what you do, and you move on. Right. So it's the same thing here. You just assume that it's already done, and you go about your life. That's it.
Because once you plant, I really do believe one plant, one water, but God gives the increase. It's just up to us. Like you said, we got to keep on going. We have to keep going.
Yeah.
And then as the weeds, I look at the weeds as, life be life. It's something that's going to come to choke you up, something that comes to distract you, something that's going to come to blindside you. But it's up to you, to pull those weeds out, you know what I'm saying? To do whatever you need to do to clear the path of your garden, of your project.
Yeah, for sure.
You working on, and put the necessary fertilizer that you need to put on there. That word,
So
cross the paths with someone, or you never know what, you just never know what it is. And just watch God work, because He's gonna do the work.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
It's something else.
Yeah, it's possible.
Anything's possible. That's the thing. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. So just gotta, just pay attention to what's going on around you. It's the biggest thing.
Right.
If it feels like it's a struggle and you're really struggling, then that's not for you.
Right.
It shouldn't be a struggle. Not saying the door's going to immediately open or anything like that. There's no opposition you're going to have to face, but you shouldn't be sitting here struggling for 3, 6, 9, a year and not being able to cross that hurdle. If you're falling into something like that, then it's not meant for. It's just not. Yeah, you're forcing it, and it might not work out anyway.
Right.
So a lot of people, well, at least I tried. Yeah, okay, cool, that's great. At least you tried, but maybe you should have tried something else. So I don't know. like the universe will give signs. And a lot of times we do end up hanging in there and doing certain things because of, trying to support family members or be there for other people. What's up, Noah?
Yeah.
The grandson home.
Yeah, he home now.
The grandson home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, the biggest thing is just being in tune with what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Truthfully. That's just it. So,
and don't follow the crowd. You have to follow your heart's desire. Oh, that's my granddaughter. Jesus Christ.
The grandbabies are coming in.
Yeah.
They are coming in. But yeah. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, I'm going to link the video and the audio and things like that, so you guys can check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely good teachings there as far as like just different ways of looking at how God and the universe or whatever you believe in, how that works, and just believing that it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
And just literally he just really goes in on, the things you wouldn't believe that would happen can happen.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, even with him, there was somebody had shared with me Abdullah. It's another kind of a radical being when it comes to manifestation, right? So even I think it's this Neville's mentor. Let's say that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally shut the door on Neville and locked him into a room and just say, I need for you to just believe certain things. You're not going to go where you want to go right now because it's got to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to believe it's going to be the exact way you want it to be. And so it took months for Neville to like really grasp what was going on. Like he would go to this guy and say, hey, I'm trying to get here, but it's not really happening the way I want it to. And the guy will say, you still don't believe.
Right.
And slammed the door in his face.
Right. Yeah.
So finally, Neville just kind of gave up and believed that, okay, you know what? I'm going to get this place this way at this time. And it worked out in his favor. His brother looked out for him and got him home or wherever he wanted to go to be with his family and stuff. Everything worked out, but the guy just kept shutting the door. Like, no, you don't believe. You truly don't believe it's done. So
right.
Don't talk to me until
you believe it.
that's what you call like forcing the faith. You're forcing them into like really truly believe. Like, okay, yeah, you know what? I would like really. So, so it's pretty interesting there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be somebody slamming the door to like test your faith, and if you're not in tune with that, or doors shutting for certain reasons, then you'll miss it. You'll miss it. So yeah, so I just found that interesting that even Neville had to like really believe like some of the things that he's teaching, he had to learn from his mentor. This is right. You got to go through it. You got to really like have faith that it's it's done and it's going to be the way I want it. So yeah. Like, subscribe, and comment. Oh, it's been a minute, man. I hate it. But get back on it. Some things are shaking and moving here, but we're gonna get back to it. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Just continue to keep going, and as the scripture said, write the vision, make it plain. You have to see it before you see it. As I always say, I'm gonna keep saying it. You have to see it before you see it. All things are possible. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And speak life. Speak over it. So. Speak over it every day. Speak over it.
Absolutely.
Even yourself.
Speak over it. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, cool. All right. I'm Tone.
And I'm Trae.
You've been listening or watching the Carver Ave Chronicles podcast. We'll see you guys soon. We're out. Peace.
You are the operant power. This is the foundation of all manifestation, all transformation, all creation. Nothing moves unless you move it in consciousness. There is no force outside of you deciding what you may or may not have, what you can or cannot become. You do not need permission from the world to create. You are not subject to chance, fate, or external conditions. You are the cause, the center, the one directing the flow of experience. Until you accept this truth, you will continue to give your power away to people, to circumstances, to timing, to rules that were never real to begin with. But once you realize that it is your consciousness that shapes your reality, you no longer wait, you assume. Being the operant power means that nothing happens unless you allow it to happen through your attention and belief. What you focus on grows. What you accept as true becomes your experience. You are not a passive observer of life. You are its architect. Every reaction, every assumption, every dominant thought you entertain is creating the structure of your world. Whether or not you believe this law makes no difference. It is always in motion, always responding to you. The moment you acknowledge this, you step out of victimhood and into creative authority. This truth can be unsettling for some because it removes all excuses. You can no longer say, "They did this to me," or "Life is just unfair," without simultaneously denying your own power. But this truth is also liberating beyond words. Because if you created the old reality through unconscious assumptions, you can create a new one through conscious direction. There is no delay in consciousness. There is only what you are willing to claim now. And what you claim, what you truly feel to be real within, will externalize. Because the world must mirror the state you dwell in.